Before I continue with arbitrage, different ways of different methods of doing arbitrage, I just wanted to back up a little bit and address those who are coming from the job or the work background and they've never really had their own business before. I just wanted to go over some of the methods that, or some of the differences between having a job and having your own business. With a job, you have a boss. With a business, you are the boss. In other words, you're in control of the whole operation. With a job, you have a paycheck. With a business, you have revenue, and net profits is just different terminology, meaning that both can increase and decrease your revenue and your net profit. And it's all dependent on your expenses. With a business, you are responsible to make it happen. If the sales aren't coming in, you have to make adjustments in your marketing strategies, your pricing, and other factors to bring in that next sale or the next group of sales that will increase your business. With a job, you're typically assigned a certain set of tasks or maybe even just one task, and that's your responsibility is to come into work every day and complete that task. And then you might have a team of people, and each team member within your company has a different set of tasks, and you have no idea what they're doing. You just know what you need to do in order to make your boss happy. With a business, you are the owner and you have the big picture of the whole operation. So all the tasks that need to take place in the business, you are in control of those until you can afford to hire specialists that can handle certain operations or certain functions of your business. With the job, you're typically paid by the hour, week, or month. You get a you get before you get your paycheck, the government takes out their portion. You may have signed up for some insurance benefits or some profit sharing business benefits, and all those things come out of your paycheck before you get the net. With a business, sales must be greater than expenses to survive. So if you finding that you're acquiring inventory, for example, and things start slowing down, your sales start slowing down, but you're still bringing in new products to sell, then it's probably time to slow down your buying and look at other ways that you can reduce costs in your company in order to keep your business afloat. And then finally, here, there's one suggested resource. There's a guy named Robert Kiyosaki who wrote a book about 25 years ago called The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in that book, I'll just summarize here. In that book, he um, made the contrast between the two fathers that he had. He had one real father, his birth father, and a stepdad. One father was highly educated and worked in the university system as a professor, so he lived paycheck to paycheck. And the other father was a business owner who generated multiple cash flow streams. He was much less educated, but he made a lot more money from his businesses. And Robert Kiyosaki's second project was the Cash Flow Quadrant book. And in that, he talks about the four stages of um, income that all of us fit into one of those four stages. So this is the cash flow quadrant. The E stands for employee, and that's usually where all of us start out as workers for some other company. And as I mentioned, all the features of that, you have a certain set of tasks. You get up every day, go through the routine of, making your breakfast, getting freshened up, putting on your makeup, jumping in your car, making the commute to work, and then you put in your 8 hours, your 10 hours, your 12 hours. You come home, you kind of relax for the rest of the evening, and then you get up the next day and you perform the same task. And you're limited by that paycheck that you make. Even though you may go into work every day and work much harder than everybody else in the company, you're still going to get that same paycheck. With the S, that's self-employment. That means you've started a business, but you are the primary employee and you are responsible for keeping everything going. So you basically have all of the features and benefits and drawbacks of being an employee, but it's totally up to you to generate a paycheck. And the litmus test for being self-employed is that you, if you're not there in the business operation every day, will the business keep going or will the business just stop and dry up and nothing happens? If you, the self-employed business owner, is not in the business operations every day. With the B stands for business, and this type of business owner, the business um, the business flow is not dependent on one person. It's not dependent on the business owner. Things happen whether or not the business owner is there. Examples of this, the one I can think of is a car dealership where the actual owner, say like here in Las Vegas, we have uh, Champion, Jeep, Chrysler, and Dodge dealership. But that particular dealership has multiple locations. It has several locations here in the Las Vegas metropolitan area, as well as over in San Diego and over in Phoenix, Arizona. So they have lots of employees working for them, lots of sales staff, lots of mechanics, and every time somebody, one of their customers, pulls in for service, scheduled service, they make a piece of that. Every time one of their car salesmen or salespersons sells one of their cars, they get a piece of that profit. So they don't actually have to be there. They could actually be away on an exotic vacation island or over in Hawaii or in a mansion up in the mountains, and the business still functions and they still get paid. And then the final quadrant is the investor. That is the person or the corporation that basically lets the money work for them. The more they invest in existing businesses, new ventures, and the whole name of the ball game for them, for the investor, is cash flow. If they put their money into some kind of operation or invest in some kind of company, how much are they going to make on that money that they invest? So I'd encourage you to get a copy of the book. It's available in as an audio book, so you can listen to it while you're driving to work every day, or you can just pull up. There's probably hundreds of videos on YouTube that you can pull up to explain the concepts of each one of these um, cash flow types.